under Norman Rush or Norman Jackson.
Well, I'm not going to rob a bank. I'm going to rebut that, but go ahead.
Just hypothetical. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you will, or not saying you've ever done. But well, we'll put it me. The day before you make your declaration, you commit a crime, any crime. The next day, you make your declaration. Are you personally responsible for the crime that you committed the day before?
Well, you made your declaration to your nationality, and you did the crime in a name that's really not yours. It's a corporate
fiction.
It's under a corporate fiction.
So are you responsible for the crime that you committed the day before?
Why would you be?
So in your mind, you are not responsible for
Well,
that
it's not
crime.
in my mind. It's what the law says.
Well, that's one way to skirt around the law that you committed a crime the day before.
The law is the law. What's the law of the land?
Now, all right. Now, you have to educate me. What legislative branch of the government goes by this law?
Which one wouldn't? The Supreme Court. That's the supreme law of the land, right? That's the only case where this case can be heard. That's why I have to come here, follow the report with you guys, and then ship it to district court. So then it goes into federal, and then they ship it to.
Well, our report will be sent to the prosecutor's office.
Right, but
It's up to them.
No,
whether they forward it to higher up.
I forward.
Well,
You're going to go to federal court.
Yes, I forward. I have to come here because federal court needs the report from you.
Well, this is an internal affairs report. This report is not handed out at all unless you get permission from the prosecutor's office that I can release that report.
Well, I just actually could have a copy of it.
This you
That's
can.
not the report.
Right. This is not going to be my investigation. My investigation is going to be a separate case file. I'll give you this that you were here on a certain day and
This is what you reported.
yeah. So this may
That's a reporting form.
this may or may not be suitable for what you're doing, but this is all we can give you right now in this form here.
Okay.
So. Were you injured at all during this incident?
Yep. I just gave you a list of charges. Yes.
Injuries.
Yes.
These are allegations.
Physical
injuries. Were you cut, broken bones?
What is more than emotional distress injury?
So I'm gonna
So
put.
that's it.
Right, I'll put an emotional distress injury.
I mean, it's,
Is that fine for you? You didn't require medical attention. You didn't require any kind of hospital stay or hospital visit.
no.
I'm gonna put emotional distress. Is that satisfactory to you?
It's. You could put this down. You could put that whole list down.
Well, that's the allegation.
Right. That's the crimes. It's separate. It's injury. If you weren't hurt, you weren't hurt.
No, I'm hurt. I mean, what do you want?
I'm just gonna put emotional. Were you treated at all for your emotional distress?
Not yet.
No doctor's name, no date of treatment, right?
You need a little bit down for human trafficking
Mm-mm.
definition. I got the definition. Not recognizing the person as a national and trying to make them back to a 14th Amendment citizen.
Since you're not a 14th Amendment citizen, what nation do you recognize?
I'm an American national, Aboriginal and Indigenous to this land of North America.
Have you appeared in many summonses yet?
I appeared on the behalf of Norman Rush
What happened in court?
as an authorized representative.
What happened to court?
Well, I asked the judge for his delegation of authority order. He hasn't produced it yet. So I'm calling to Washington, D.C. and reporting him.
Do you have a new court date?
They haven't sent one for Norman Rush yet.
Do you get Norman Rush's mail?
No, I return it to sender. It comes to the mailing location,
Right.
but it goes back. Because opening that would be a federal offense. If I'm not.
So how's he gonna send you his declaration of authority if you don't open Norman's mail?
You address it to UrHonor El Bey. That's who it is
Oh, then-
attention to.
then you'll
Your
open
Honor,
it, no problem.
UrHonor El Bey.
Okay.
They did that here.
Mhm.
I think they forgot one so-called ticket to Norman Rush. They sent it from here. I don't know what trouble they got in, but they sent it from here, and they had Norman Rush on it. I sent it back. So then they sent it again, and it was UrHonor El Bey, addressed to the mailing location of UrHonor El Bey. But when I opened it, it was a ticket for Norman Rush. That's a bill of exchange. That's prohibited in the Constitution, if you didn't know. And a bill of exchange is when you hand a ticket to a person. It's a bill of exchange. It's prohibited. Separation of powers in the Constitution. You guys took an oath to the Constitution, correct?
Correct.
The New Jersey one also?
Correct.
Both? And you know it well? Yes?
I'm sorry, I'm not listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have also violations of
Trafficking FFI KING?
I think they already
Yeah.
did.
violation of numerous rights of your oath of office, of the oath of office of that he took. First one is Amendment 4. People have the right to be secure in their property, persons, papers, properties, houses, in effect against unreasonable searches. So the reason why he did so-called pull over the conveyance is because he ran the license plates. Well, you just violated Amendment 4, the unreasonable search. They actually kicked me out after I asked to speak with, can somebody get in contact with Mr. Sheriff Sean Golden?
Do you know the sheriff?
Oh, he has the proclamation papers. He has everything that needs to be put on notice about the declaration.
Oh,
He
that's
has.
filed with the sheriff's office?
Well, the reason that I put the sheriff on notice is because he's elected by the people. He's the only law enforcement that
He's elected.
I looked at because he's elected. He's not hired by a private corporation. So the sheriff and the undersheriff or the sheriff deputy are the true law enforcement of the land. Everybody else is hired by a private corporation.
But the undersheriffs are appointed by the sheriff.
By the sheriff deputy. Sheriff deputy. Because they're elected by the people.
Are you gonna do one? That would be 07?
Yeah, I guess.
That'll be 08.
From this morning, so?
Yeah.
And my nationality is Moorish American. And your nationality, for the record? Mr.
My
Smith?
nationality?
Yes.
I'm an American.
Okay, well, that's not a nationality.
Oh, it is to me.
And your nationality, for the record?
American also. Italian American, Irish American?
Okay, that's really, you're Italian. That's your nationality.
Not 100%, but.
What's your mother? Whatever your mother is, that's what you are. If she was Italian, that's what you are.
So if I were to send something
It would be to the
by
mailing
mail, it'd be
location,
Lincoln Avenue, Cliffwood.
New Jersey Republic.
Where were you born?
Natural born date, Northwest
Where?
of Maxim.
No, where?
Northwest of Maxim. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
It's North America.
What
Continent.
What state? Or what republic?
Oh, New Jersey Republic.
So you're born in New Jersey.
Yep. Natural born date in New Jersey. Words are very
You don't
important.
have a social security number? Or you're just not giving it
I don't
to me?
subscribe to a social security number. That's a stock number. Chattel property number. Once you
All right.
once you are a national,
This is your information that you filled out. This is the officers that you're making allegations against. Why did it take you so long? This is almost 3 months later.
I didn't even want to come down here, but the district court told me to. And who do I come in and see? The person that abused me, right at the window. I mean, what do you want me to do? I sat there with my head down the whole time.
Well, we only have so many guys here that work.
I
here,
know,
you
but I mean, you're acting.
And now you saw both of us. Now you're limited to very.
But you guys wasn't on that day. So I mean, and your internal affairs already called for you. I don't know if the prosecutor already let you know that I called for you.
This is it's a signature of complaint. It's optional. You can sign it or not, but this is the form that you're going to get. This is the actual internal affairs complaint form. From this point on, we do our investigation. So I need you to sign this to make a formal complaint against these officers.
Okay. And can I have a restraining order to also?
You
No.
can't get a restraining order. It doesn't you don't qualify, or it's not. Restraining orders are
only
for
issued in domestic
dating
violence
relationships,
cases
domestic violence
in this
incidents.
republic.
What is this?
If this goes to trial, and the judge may issue you a no contact order, but that's only when this goes to trial.
I'm gonna call the district court. It's not a signature. It's not an autograph.
It's an autograph.
Yes.
Same date here too. Today's the 16th. Copy of this here.
Oh. Wow. Yeah,
They're your notes.
Yeah, it's my notes. Cause I gotta go to Aberdeen and do the same thing. So
For the same stop?
no, for a different one. When people violate their oath, they must be upheld. They gotta be. You can't violate your oath to be a public servant and violate.
Let me ask you a question. You said it depends on what nationality your mother is.
Yes.
How does that go with you? Your mother was what nationality?
Oh, she considered herself Negro, black, colored. She didn't have a nationality.
She didn't.
She did. She just didn't know about it. Let's put it that way.
You haven't since educated her into the.
No, she passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It'd be kind of.
Hard to do that. Right?
No, not really, because she's looking down. She's making sure, you know,
Any
or
relatives
looking
or-
up.
Any relatives of yours Moorish?
Well,
nationality like you?
you're
Like, how does that work?
you're Italian. You know, that's what your mom are. You're Italian by blood. Nobody can make you anything. You are who you are.
Right.
But what you are doing is bringing yourself out of a corporate state, which we're all bonded into, with the birth certificate.
You
with
did
the
that by
cer-
declaration.
Yes, with the birth certificate. You contact the Secretary of State, put them on notice, and the Secretary of State is the one that actually holds all the birth certificates. You know, the bonds of the birth certificates. So you put the Secretary of State on notice, you put the United Nations on notice. Now you're not a corporate citizen no
That's
more.
what you did in July of last year.
Yes. Now you're not a corporate citizen no more. And I also published it in the paper. So I do have publications of it, and like I said, when I talked to the sheriff and wrote the sheriff of Middlesex and the Supreme Court, they all address me as UrHonor El Bey. That's it. That's my appellation, because I have a right to do it.
Where did that come from?
UrHonor El Bey?
Yeah.
That's the appellation. Well, when you study and you kind of feel what you're going to be here for, you know. If I had one more son, I would have named him Honor. I'll just put the Euro in there. But the El Bey is from my forefathers.